someone they're not all day long putting on this bullshit way of talking, this fake way of thinking. Everybody's got to subscribe to whatever fucking ridiculous policies their company wants to enforce, and you're just a robot. You get out of there and you just want to scream. It's this fear of discomfort. People have this extreme feeling in their mind when it comes to their associations with exercise. They want to avoid discomfort. They feel like any type of exercise is just like something to be avoided. That's not for me. Fuck that. I don't want to sweat. I don't want to strain. And a lot of times, this association that they have is about the beginnings of getting in shape. It's not about once you're actually fit. Because once you're actually fit, exercise is something you look forward to. It's an alleviation of stress. It feels great. Like, if I can't get a workout in, I look at my schedule and go, oh shit, I don't have any time for a workout. Which means I'm not going to get that good feeling. And so instead of looking at it like, oh, I've got to go grunt and sweat, I'm thinking I'm not going to feel good. I'm not going to feel relaxed. I'm not going to feel carefree. And I'm not going to feel even appreciative. Like, my appreciation of things, and it gets enhanced greatly after exercise. I just feel better. I feel like I can take things in for what they are rather than, whatever sensory data that I'm getting from any event is just one more distraction that gets in my way. And that's a lot of times how I look at things if I'm overstressed or if I'm working too much. Like, our bodies, for whatever reason, most people, their associations are to avoid anything that's uncomfortable. But it's so illogical, because when you look at comfort and you look at success and progress and the feelings of accomplishment and of getting past certain hurdles in terms of like how you feel about life, a lot of those are connected to discomfort. Like, discomfort is your friend. It really is. Like, discomfort and not being happy and content with certain situations in life, or certain feelings in life, they're massive motivators, and they're amazing at facilitating change. And yet our instinct is to avoid those and just sit on a couch and watch some fucking reality show about dudes who make moonshine with our jaw open, like, it's bizarre. And for me at least, when I get like really disciplined and really I get really consistent with my workouts, one of the things that I almost feel momentum. I feel like there's like a push behind me, like, all right, like after I get out of the gym, I have a really good workout, I'm like, yeah, now I'm doing it. I'm doing it all the time now, and I'm looking forward to the next time, and it makes that resistance much weaker, and it makes my motivation and my discipline much stronger. I think a lot of it is based on just the consistency. It's one of the things that I talked about recently on the podcast. I said, like, blowing something off, it's not just not good. Like, blowing off an exercise that you planned is not just bad for you physically, it's also bad mentally, because then that option is now available. The option to fuck off is available, and you did it before, and you're probably going to do it again, and you'll get mediocre results, not just in that aspect of your life, but maybe in all aspects of your life. Because I think that option to fuck off, when you embrace it, that is a pathway that you might choose when it comes to dealing with conflict in your personal life, dealing with business decisions, dealing with career decisions, like an uncomfortable decision that you might be faced with, where maybe you need to make a change as far as like what your pathway is in life, but you don't do it. Instead, you fuck off. And that the inclination to fuck off, I think, that gathers momentum as well. The inclination to be disciplined, that comes with momentum too. And I think both things, like you take a path, the path of the healthy person or the path of the fuck off. Like, this is not, like, your body is like a race car that you can juice up yourself. Like, you can add the fat tires, you can add the improved suspension, you can beef up the horsepower of the engine. Do all that yourself. Or you could just choose to have this shitty body that's always falling apart on you, because we're essentially ecosystems. And we're in charge. This weird consciousness that has all this resistance and has all this inclination towards comfort and fucking off and blowing things off is what is in charge of making all these things happen that keep this ecosystem healthy. It's almost like if Earth itself had like a shitty manager. If like there was a manager or a natural manager of Earth that was like, oh God, who cares if it rains? Oh, oh God, I'm gonna stop growing things. I don't give a shit anymore. It's all stupid anyway. I mean, it's literally like the
just blow it up.
Yeah. Fuck it, let's just kill all of life. Well, dude, it's all gonna die eventually. I mean, the sun only lasts 7 billion years.
You see, that is the perspective a lot of people take with aging, where it's like, well, you're gonna die, you're gonna age, you can't stop aging. And it's like, yes, you're right, but that's not the point. The point is to age better. Like, that's the point. The point is to increase your health span. And that is, we know is possible. Like, that can... There's some of these like centenarians and super centenarians I've seen that are like over 100 years old, and they're like riding bikes and racing, and it's like they're old. They are very old.
But they're experiencing a very good quality of life.
Yeah.
And they're experiencing a quality of life that these other people that don't exercise feel. They physically feel their own body diminishing, and they just feel it's inevitable. It is what it is. You're wasting your time. You're out there running around. But no, we're not, because this experience right now, it's not like, no one's under the illusion that you're going to live forever, but you are enhancing the experience that you're currently involved in right now. And you are alive.
Right.
You are alive. You do experience this life. But do you experience this life optimally? Is it as enjoyable as it can be? And we all know that there's a spectrum for that enjoyability. Like, we've all had times in our life where it's not been so great. And then times in our life where everything came together, like, what a fucking great day, woo! Like, make more of those. Like, you can make more of those. And then the whole thing's better. And I think when that whole thing is better, it affects everybody you touch, everybody that's around you, everybody you come in contact with, and that in turn, I mean, it sounds so grandiose, but in turn can affect the entire race of human beings. I've always wondered if the depression that people see en masse today, there's so much depression that people, I mean, it's a common trait. Like it's a common condition. Oh, he suffers from depression. Oh, she suffers from depression. Like, oh, he's got herpes. You know what I mean? It's like it's a common thing. I've always wondered, or I've been wondering more and more recently. It really hit me when. Have you ever seen Heinmo's Arctic Adventure? This guy lives in this incredibly remote area of the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge in the Alaskan interior, and he lives in this really small log cabin, and he hunts and gathers, and that's all he does. And he's very smart. Like, he's not a dummy at all. And he's been up there. He lives with his wife, and he raised children up there. And it's really, really. There's some dark moments in there because they lived like this from the time, like, when they had children up there, and they lost their 2-year-old baby in a fucking canoe. Like, they tipped over in a canoe and lost lost their kid, and it's really intense when they revisit the site and leave flowers, and it was like 30 years ago, and they've had several children since then, but this moment is still like this intense moment of loss for them when they lost their baby. But this fucking guy is very happy, very, very smart, and very connected, and very articulate, and he firmly believes that human beings, when we evolved and developed and were hunter-gatherers, that there's a set of rewards. There's reward systems that are set up inside the human body, inside the very being that we embody, that don't get met in today's society. And it's one of the things that's causing depression. One of the things that's causing this funk that people are in is that we're living our lives, many of us at least, in these very unfulfilling ways, where you're going to this office with artificial light and you're doing something you don't want to do all day long, and then you get home and you're tired. And on top of that, you're eating shit. You're eating potato chips and you're drinking soda, and your body is just like, what in the fuck is this? We're supposed to be out in the fields. We're supposed to be walking up hills. We're supposed to be looking for animals or gathering vegetables. We're supposed to be doing all these things that our body's designed to do. We're supposed to be in nature.
Yeah.
And nature is like a medicine. Like, it literally is a medicine to you. Like, people that go, you don't have to go hunting, you don't have to go fishing, just go fucking hike, man. Just go hike up to the top of a mountain and look out. You know, there's a reward that you get from that is intensely, like, soul-filling. There's, like, something about, like, when I was in Colorado, and there was this area of Boulder where you drive up one of these roads, and there was this area where you could park, and it was this incredible view, man. And these people just park and just go out there and just look. But you get there and you park and you go, fuck. Because you would see, you literally seeing the Continental Divide. These snow-capped mountains in July. In July, it's covered with snow. Because those mountains don't give a fuck.
Perspective.
Oh.
You know, just this whole new perspective on it. And I think nature, I think the ease of suffering is always in presentness. You know, when you're in presentness, truly locked in presentness, there is no suffering. There can be pain, but no suffering. Suffering is something created by our own minds. And I think nature is one of the great ways to do this, because humans, we take cues from our environment. And nature, as I was saying earlier, is always in the present. You know, there's this natural presentness of all the animals, everything around you. But if you get around a bunch of people watching housewives and stressed about this and popping pills, you're going to take on that energy too, and you're going to lose your presentness because of your surroundings. So it's like this ultimate regrounding tool where we get back to present moment.
Yeah.
You know, and that's such a fucking key element to human happiness. And I think the other key
There's power in the blood. There is power. Wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. of the land. There is power, power, and the working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. Wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. God, you're bigger than any mountain and problems, bigger than anything. It's bigger than any mountain that I cannot see. Bigger than all my questions, bigger than all my fears. God, you're bigger than any mountain that I cannot see. Bigger than all my problems, bigger than all my fears. God, you're bigger than any mountain that I cannot see. Bigger than all my questions, bigger than anything. God is bigger than any mountain that I cannot see. Bigger than all my problems, bigger than all my fears. God is bigger than any mountain that I cannot see. Bigger than all my questions, bigger than anything. God is bigger than any mountain that I cannot see. Bigger than all my problems, bigger than all my fears. God is bigger than any mountain that I cannot see. Bigger than all my questions, bigger than anything. God is bigger than any mountain that I cannot see. Bigger than all my problems, bigger than all my fears. God, you're bigger than any mountain that I cannot see. Bigger than all my questions, bigger than anything. God is bigger than any mountain that I cannot see. It's bigger than any that I cannot see. Bigger than any mountains that I cannot see. Blessed Redeemer, the ransom from heaven, Jesus Messiah. Messiah, name above all names, blessed Redeemer, Emmanuel. Just won't sing the ransom from heaven, Jesus Messiah, Lord of all, Messiah, Lord of all. Songs that unresolved, so burdened with sin and distress, till I heard a sweet voice say, make me your choice, and I entered the heaven. I anchored my soul in a heaven of rest. I said, white seas no more. The tempest may sweep over wild stormy deep. In Jesus, I'm safe evermore. I yield myself to His tender embrace, in faith taking hold of the word. My feathers fell, and I anchored my soul. The haven of rest is my Lord. I've anchored my soul in a heaven of rest. I'll sail the wide seas no more. The tempest may sweep over wild stormy deep. In Jesus, I'm safe evermore. He patiently waits to save by His power divine. Come anchor your soul in the haven of rest, and say, my beloved is mine. I've anchored my soul in a haven of rest. I'll say though I see is no more. The tempest may sweep over wide stormy deep. In Jesus I am safe evermore. Beautiful song. Beautiful song. It's gonna be like 4 hours instead of 2. It's gonna be nuts. Okay? That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be complete unbelievableness of it all. I've anchored myself in a haven of rest. I'll sit at the cross, the everlasting arms. What leaning on the everlasting arms. What a blessedness, what a peace in mind. Leaning on the everlasting arms. Leaning, leaning, safe and secure from all alarms. Leaning, leaning, leaning on the everlasting arms. What have I? Leaning on the everlasting arms. On the everlasting arms. Leaning, leaning, leaning and secure from all alarms. Leaning, leaning, leaning on the everlasting arms. Have I to fear? What have I to fear? Leaning on the everlasting arms. I have blessed peace with my Lord so near. Leaning on the everlasting arms. Leaning, leaning, safe and secure from all alarms. Leaning, leaning, leaning on the everlasting arms. Everlasting arms. Leaning, lean and secure from all alarms. Leaning, leaning, leaning on the everlasting arms. Leaning, everlasting arms. Oh, I haven't heard this one. So let's go.